In a world driven by data and defined by disruption, two women in tech stood still and stood tall. Gaza, a densely populated sliver of land along the Mediterranean, home to more than 2 million Palestinians, half of them children. For 17 years, it has been under a strict land, sea, and air blockade by Israel. The people of Gaza have endured 5 major military assaults, and in between, chronic shortages of food, medicine, and electricity. In October 2023, a massive Israeli military campaign began, following the Hamas-led attacks on southern Israel. The response from the Israeli government was devastatingly disproportionate. As of early 2025, over 50,000 Palestinians have been killed, including more than 20,000 children. Hospitals and schools bombed, entire neighborhoods flattened. The UN has described Gaza as uninhabitable, but this time the war had a new face: artificial intelligence. Advanced technologies, facial recognition, AI-powered surveillance, drone coordination have become central to military strategy. And Microsoft signed a $133 million contract with Israel's Ministry of Defense. Vaniya, Agrawal, cloud, and AI are the bombs and bullets of the 21st century, according to usage data reported in early 2024. Microsoft Azure usage by Israeli defense units surged by over 200% after October 7th. OpenAI tools, licensed by Microsoft, were reportedly used in target selection systems. These are not hypothetical harms. These are real-world consequences. And inside Microsoft, some employees saw it happening and couldn't ignore it. Ibtihal Aboussad, a Moroccan software engineer and devout Muslim, joined Microsoft's AI division with a dream, Ibtihal Aboussad, to build things that helped people, not harm them. But as reports surfaced, leaked documents, internal memos, investigative journalism, she realized something devastating. Ibtihal Aboussad, I was going to protest on weekends and building systems during the week that might be used to kill. She began asking questions, quietly at first. She found others like her in internal Muslim employee groups sharing the same fear, the same shame. But most remained silent. There was fear everywhere of being fired, of being blacklisted, of losing everything. Still, she felt the dissonance grow. During Ramadan, she prayed, "Ya Allah, if this action is right, make it easy." She applied to attend Microsoft's 50th anniversary celebration, a closed, exclusive event. Out of hundreds of names, I was selected. That was my sign. On April 5th, 2025, as Mustafa Suleyman, the CEO of Microsoft AI, took the stage, Ibtihal stood up. Ibtihal Aboussad, stop using AI for genocide. You have blood on your hands. All of Microsoft has blood on his hands. She was removed by security, but she had already delivered her message to the world. But Ibtihal wasn't alone. Vaniya Agrawal, a fellow engineer and lead organizer with No Azure for Apartheid, joined her. She had tried everything, posting on internal forums, raising concerns in company town halls, and meetings with leadership. All she heard was, "I hear you. Vaniya, Agrawal." They tell us to raise concerns, but when we do, they delete them. Or fire us. She took the stage moments after Ibtihal. Calm, defiant. Her voice cutting through the applause. Vaniya, Agrawal. You celebrate while your code fuels murder. End your contracts. End the genocide. Both women were fired days later. Jobs lost. Careers threatened. Visas endangered. Ibtihal Aboussad. But none of that scared me as much as having to stand before God and admit I did nothing. Both women have received online abuse, including xenophobic threats, calls to deport them, and death threats. But also, something else. Solidarity. Dozens of employees reached out privately to thank them. Some resigned. Some began organizing. Thousands across the globe amplified their voices. Their courage is changing the culture of silence in tech. The issue isn't Microsoft alone. Google has partnered with Israel under Project Nimbus. Amazon Web Services provides cloud computing to defense contractors. Palantir boasts about AI-powered battlefield management. Many of these companies trumpet DEI statements, ESG compliance, and AI ethics. Yet, sign deals with regimes accused of war crimes. Vaniya, Agrawal. It's hypocrisy. We're told we're building the future, while our tools are used to destroy lives today. Groups like No Tech for Apartheid, Tech Worker Koskal Kili Yis Usakwo and responsible AI are pushing back, but it's still a risky fight. What makes Ibtihal and Vaniya's stand so powerful is that it wasn't just political, it was personal, spiritual. During the month of Ramadan, Ibtihal fasted and prayed for clarity. She didn't just rehearse her words, she rehearsed her surrender to the consequences. Ibtihal, Aboussad. I didn't stand up because I was fearless. I stood up because I was faithful. When a random usher moved her to the front row before the protest, she whispered, "Subhanallah, Ibtihal Aboussad." I knew in that moment, Allah put me here. Vaniya described it as a culmination of months of bottled truth, frustration, and moral pain. Vaniya, Agrawal. We didn't just lose jobs, we lost illusions, and we gained clarity. You don't have to be on stage to make a difference. If you work in tech, review where your company's tools are being used, start internal conversations, support ethical use policies, refuse complicity. If you're outside the industry, support worker-led groups like No Azure for Apartheid. Share this story. Reach out to your networks and ask, where does your tech go when it leaves your hands? And most of all, don't be neutral, because neutrality in the face of oppression is a side. And it's the wrong one. Desmond Tutu. This is not a story of protest. It is a story of integrity, of conscience, of the courage to say, "Not in my name," Ibtihal Aboussad. We didn't come here to write code for war. We came here to build a better world. Vaniya, Agrawal. You don't need 1 million followers to make a difference. just a spine. Let their stories move you not to pity, but to action.